So Henry has done thesis for me, and because of the problems in the schedules, I said that he can come to my lessons and have a presentation here. So now you will hear that.
Yeah. Okay, so my topic of my thesis was a home automation system that I built from scratch. And here I'm going to go through it shortly, that what it consists of, how it works, and why it was built. So, I'm Henri Rantanen. I'm a student here studying electronics, currently working in a LED importer company, and I am really lazy. It will be apparent from this a bit later, but I'm the good kind of lazy, the kind of lazy that gets shit done. Okay, so the story of the project in a nutshell that is that I'm too lazy to use a light switch. So, because it's a life's problem, there's a technical solution for it. And my solution for it was to build a wireless light switch. Okay, it works, it's okay, but there's one fundamental problem with it. I want cool lighting, not like on and off. And there's no controllers that do what I want in the market that are in my price range. Of course, there is like some fancy electronics that can drive LEDs like no one's business, but those are like 300 euros a piece, and there's no way I'm gonna decorate my student apartment with those. So I designed and made a controller for that. But there's a problem with the controller again. The same problem than with the light switch. I'm too lazy to use it.
I'm very lazy.
Yes, I am very lazy. And my solution to that problem was to connect the controller to my computer, so I can use my computer to control the lights. And, for example, my Mokka Master, which is also connected to the system, because I'm lazy. But there's a problem with that too. And can anybody guess what it is?
You're too lazy to use the computer as well?
I like your thinking.
No.
So, there's a solution for that. Build a web interface. Basically meaning that I have a HTTP server running in my closet that controls the light controllers that I can control with my phone, my tablet, whatever I like, that can run a web browser I can control my lights with. I wrote the first the web page and the library, so the web page can talk with the controllers with jQuery, and it was just a heap of shit. And there was a problem. There was bad connections and bad libraries, so it's really sticky to use. There's a solution for that. I wrote an automatic light control script. Basically a Python script that runs on the server that says, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll put the lights on. Lights are on. It's evening, I'm gonna dim the lights. Done. It's this much o'clock, I'm gonna turn the lights off. Done. Yeah, it works, it saves electricity, it's okay, but that's not good enough for me. I want different lighting schemes. I want movie mode, I want cloudy weather, I want time-dependent lighting, I want to put the goddamn lights off. So I wrote an Android app for my phone. But there's a fundamental problem with using phone to control your lights. Can anybody guess what that is?
You need an internet all the time? Okay. Never mind.
So I solved that problem. I'm too lazy to get the phone from my bloody pocket by writing an app for Android Wear so I can control my lights from the smartwatch. And the final problem that was not so related to my system here was that, oh my god, I should graduate. I need a subject for my thesis. I was like, this is quite a huge project. I'm just gonna document it and return it to Kari and receive all the study points. Am I going to receive all the study points?
We'll see.
Damn.
Maybe I'm too lazy to give those.
I'll see you in court. Anyway, now I'm gonna go through a bit of the technical stuff, that how my system works. Anybody familiar with your house Wi-Fi? There's your router, there's your phone, tablet, and your laptop. They're all connected to your router one way or another, usually Wi-Fi or Ethernet connection. This should be familiar to all of you, I think. So my system builds on top of that. I have the dedicated server, which is a Raspberry Pi computer. It's connected to my router with RJ45 basic Ethernet cable, and it communicates wirelessly with the modules that I have built myself, which are all the sensors, like lighting sensors, how much light there is outside, all the light controllers, which then command different lights. For example, different color LEDs, relays to contactors and such to drive, for example, sauna stove. I can put the sauna stove from my watch on if I want to. Stuff like that. The dimmer switch and basic light switch you can add to the system too. So the server communicates with all the modules wirelessly, and they are connected to different kind of things you want to control. And this is how the network works. Here's my laptop. This globe here represents the internet. The white dot there is the router, and the yellow there is the server. And for example, if I want to, I remember on a bus that, oh my god, I left the wake up on. So, aka, when I'm away for a week, my lighting computer decides to put the lights on tomorrow morning at 9 because wake up time. So I can take my phone out of my pocket, go click, 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 I'm away. My phone will go through the internet to my router, which has been forwarded to the server here. And the server will mark that I'm away and do nothing. But if I want to set all my LED lights to, let's say, pink, for some reason, why? Because I can. The server sends out a command. You are pink, you are pink, you are pink. Or you can assign them as a group. But the good part about using this kind of network where everything is connected to everything, which is like peer-to-peer network or mesh network, is that there's no upper size to your physical size of the network. So you can have a tree house, or you might have a mess hall where is your lighting system. Because if the signal doesn't get from here to here, it might get from here to here if there's like a wall in between, for example. So it's quite reliable, the system. It's a bit slow, but it's reliable. And here your mobile phone can talk through the internet using its own, for example, 4G, or it can talk directly to the router via Wi-Fi. And that opens another can of worms because the IP address of this thing is different, and good luck with the software figuring that out. And then the Android Wear devices is connected to the phone via Bluetooth. A few different user interface options. The first one is the web user interface, which was the first one I coded and upgraded and upgraded and upgraded and got bored with. It's made with the Bootstrap library, which is the same that Twitter uses. Twitter has published it. And this is, if you open my light controller's IP address, which is that, good luck trying it, it's not available for you. You can see this kind of page. I see the projector is a bit out of focus here, but doesn't matter. There's like a bar up top, which you can use to navigate. There's the quick buttons, lighting editor, home display that can show you, for example, today's agenda, weather, stuff like that. When you go out from your home, there's a tablet on the wall and you can just eyeball it. There's crappy weather today because it's Finland, and then you can click the lights off and go to the crappy weather. There's some light control boxes. These are just HTML5 color dialog. So if you click that open, it opens a color dialog, and you can set the yöpöytälampu is pink, and now your lamp on your nightstand is pink. There's a dimmer switch. There's presets. For example, automatic light control, lights off, daylight, movie mode. There's some weathers, like cloudy weather is really, really cold, white light. There's sunny, warm, white light. There's themes, for example, different video games. If I like to play something like Armed Assault, I want to feel like I'm in a forest or something, so I put everything to dark greenish, and every different lamp is different shade of green, and stuff like that. Then there's the editor, which I can use to set the different lights without setting all the lights. For example, here my nightstand light has been selected, and I can use, for example, the color temperature slider to put warm white or cold white or anything between. Set, okay, that lamp and that lamp, they are color picker, they are blue. That's it. And there's the wake up function. Tomorrow I need to be up at 11, so I'm gonna punch 11 in there and click OK, and it will say that okay, the wake up has been set, so the lights start coming up at 10:15. It's about 45 minutes that the whole function takes to lights to come up, and it is nice S-curve that mimics the natural sunrise. It's even has the colors associated with sunrise, but have been captured from a video from a sunrise, because RGB system, why not? And there's the settings panel, which contains all kinds of interesting buttons, like turn off the server if you need to unplug it and you want to be sure that you don't wreck it. If you need to reboot it for some reason, crappy code, or you need to check how's your network connections, you can see how strong signal that controller in the kitchen is getting. You can check it from here. You can see what users are logged in, because you use your phone to say am I home or not, and if the last person leaves the house, the system will shut all the lights off automatically. You can map all that, what kind of lights are connected to what controllers, what servers are running on your physical server, stuff like that. Then this is the same web page viewed on Google Chrome on my mobile phone. So when you, for example, click that, okay, I want to edit this light, I want to set it this color, it opens the color dialog of the operating system you're using. For example, if you use iOS, it opens the iOS's own color picker, which the users are already familiar with. So it doesn't, you can use it basically on any system. Then there's the Android application, which is native app. It looks like that. It has just a basic functionality. Automatic light control, lights off, and a few of the most used lighting schemes. And there's the wake up and whether you're home or not. But how this differs from the web UI is that this is already on your phone. The web UI has to be always downloaded from the server. So when you said, I want to control my lights, it pulls all the graphics, all the fonts, all the data, all the JavaScript from the server. And it's like, yeah, I would like to turn the lights off now. But with this, all that is already on your phone, and you can click lights off and just go. Then there's the wake up, which uses the same kind of Android's own picker. Then there's just buttons that I'm home or going away. And then there's the Android Wear app, which is just few buttons. I'm home, I'm not home. Automatic light control, night mode, lights off, and daylight mode. And that's it. No, it's not. I also had the command line interface for badasses who just have to control their coffee maker from command line. This is the way you can do it. You can log into the server with SSH if you have it enabled, and then do all kinds of stuff with it. The hardware, the Livelight Lion, which is the home automation server, is Raspberry computer with their own little shield for XP module. It's connected to the data port and power, the small caps on the bottom. Then you connect the module there and external antenna. All the software is on the memory card. That's your server. Everything else is done in the software. It's cheap as, not gonna say what. And this is the light controller I have designed with the external antenna model. It has a power input, and here you connect your LEDs. This is how you can, for example, connect LEDs to it. There's RGB LED strip, which is 1 power in and 3 grounds going in the control channels. And there's warm white and cool white LED strips that you can like punch a whole lot of light out with a specific shade. And you can set it to the software what kind of light is connected to what channel, and then you can set that I want this shade of pink, and the software knows I need this much of this much of this, and that I'm gonna ignore completely or use this much. This is my ceiling light prototype. It's just an aluminum bar with a bunch of LED strips on top, some Ethernet cables hanging from the ceiling. All the control hardware is in the top. That's one good application for it. And do we have a bit time for a Lime demo? Okay. Let's see if systems work. Because I'm running systems on top of systems on top of systems here.
You're controlling your home computer from here.
Yes, and apparently I have lights on at home. This is one of those things that I have no clue why, but I do. So, let's see. I want to turn the lights off. And now if everything worked, it went off. Where's the applause? Come on. And apparently its wake up function is running, so I need to disable the wake up before doing that. I forgot to take it off.
I think your system overrun you.
Yeah, I think so too. It sometimes does that. But that's just a crappy code. I'll disable the wake up for you. And that I'm gonna do with the web interface here. I'm gonna go to I opened my external IP address, which I'm not going to show you. I'm going to go to wake up. I'm going to remove the wake up. And then I'm going to turn off the lights. And now it shouldn't go back on. To do a quick demo here, I can, for example, open the quick buttons. This has
about this sunrise something.
I'm sorry.
Sunrise, the light of sunrise. Yeah.
It was what was shown previously. The effect is so slow I don't have any time to show it here, but you probably saw it was like golden yellowish color. Yeah. It's morning. I can, for example, put a hehkulampu, which is an incandescent light bulb. Simulate that. Okay, my webcam screws up all the colors there. It's not that yellow, but it's still kind of yellow. I can, for example, simulate fluorescent lighting, which is a bit colder than that, but it's different kind of lighting. And I can show you the Armed Assault gaming theme, which is supposed to be green. Let's see. Okay, my webcam screws it up pretty well, but that is a nice shade of green. I have like pure white settings, so my eyes don't get skewed when I do, for example, photo editing. I have my porn cave setting here, if it works. I have no idea, I haven't updated the settings since I've updated my light. Yeah, that's not supposed to be yellow. Just gonna put a evening setting and call it a day. But as you can see, the system is quite slow if you use it from the web interface. But if I open the mobile application, it's much faster. Turn lights off. It reacts much faster, and now it has detected that I'm using the internet and I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi, so it uses my external IP address. All the same functionalities in the smartwatch too. So, for example, I want to put the lights to automatic control mode, which is the mode that, hey, check the time and figure out what kind of lighting is good. That kind of lighting is apparently purple. That's white. My webcam is messed up. It figured that that is good lighting for now, and it set it with that. Now I'm just going to turn things off because I'm not home, and I'll call it a day. This is my live demo here. And that's it. Do you have any nasty questions for me to answer?
How much does it cost?
The lighting server itself it's Raspberry Pi, so it's about 40 euros plus the radio link, which is about 40 euros. So the server is about 80, plus the software, which I haven't decided yet how much it's gonna cost. And then
Maybe there might be some discounts for
and then the light controller unit is depending on what kind of radio you put in it. It's from 50 euros for me, because I have assembled that from single parts by hand in a small batch. It's really expensive to do it that way, but if you manufacture 10,000 of those are dirt cheap. And you had a question?
Yeah, if your phone runs out of battery,
Yeah.
doesn't mean that the lights will stay on until you can recharge your phone, or?
It depends. My phone does not communicate with the server all times. It communicates with the server only if I need to send commands. So for example, if I put the lights to dirt pink and leave the house, or phone runs out of battery, they will be pink until some other control algorithm fires there, like, it's morning, I should be doing the wake up routine like it was doing when I started. Or it will stay pink until you decide to put it off from the remote or phone, or use your other device to turn it off.
But does it mean that you can turn the lights off remotely as long as you have the application installed into another device?
Yeah, or you remember your IP address. You can enter it and log into the system and use that from any computer in the world, which is secure as. It's really funny to think about security issues in this kind of thing. For example, that thing is an XP radio that I'm using in those. And what if your neighbor happens to have an Arduino and happens to be a douchebag and wants to put your lights to pink every 10 minutes? There's nothing you can do about it except use encryption. It's lucky it's not hard to do with XP.
New form of neighbor terror. Controlling neighbor's lightning.
Definitely.
Pink every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and why pink? Once again, because I can. That should be my slogan. I think that's already taken though. Some other monstrous company has stolen that. But yeah, that was my presentation, and I hope to get the light controller back sometime, because pretty much have to sit in the dark. I only have the one lamp connected to it because my other light is disabled at the moment when I'm not running that controller. So don't destroy it. Yeah.